Hey everyone, Sean Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and we've all been there. You set up perfectly, you feel like you're going toward the target, but it's going 30 yards left of the flag, dead straight left. And you're scratching your head and you're thinking, what do I do now? I don't know what's going on. Find out in this video. But before we start, many of you have been watching my videos and you still haven't subscribed to the channel. Please do that. It helps me out, gets the numbers up, it puts me in a better light here on YouTube. So if you want to, continue seeing some of our beautiful videos, please subscribe to the channel. Put a little activity in there. Give us a question or comment down below and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos either. So let's get into it. To start things off, I've got my alignment rods. I want to go to the red flag. So notice I got a white, red, and yellow flag right here. And my alignment rod is allowing that ball. So if you notice, if I swing above the ball here, you'll see that the blur of the club is moving parallel to that alignment rod, and that's going to the red flag. That's what we basically want to do. Now, the other alignment rod would be parallel left of that. That means that your stance should be lined up on the white flag, not on the red. If I line up my feet on red, that ball is now set up to go to yellow, and you're going to have to come over the top to go to red. Come over the top too much, it's going to white. Don't come over the top enough, you're blocking it out to the right. That'll be for another video. So let's say we start off with the proper alignment. There's an issue going on with our vision as human beings. So you notice if I'm facing you, my eyes are binocular. They're in the front of my face. That's how we're built. We don't have the eyes on the sides of our head like birds and fish. We're not trying to avoid predators. Everything is face on. So if I face you and I make a golf swing, well, my golf swing is basically going 90 degrees left of you. Your right, my left, okay? So if I wanted to hit a shot towards you, so if we look at this is basically going your way here, I would set up over here, and if I'm trying to go towards you, I would be seeking to face you. This is how your brain needs to see the target. Face on. From the side, it doesn't know how to quite move that. So our side vision is very inaccurate, and it's very difficult for the brain to organize things from the side. Very easy from the front. So all of the activities that we do, there's a reason why we don't drive a car from the side. We're driving the car face on. We're piloting airplanes face on, not from the side. This is how the machine is working, right? So if I set up over here and I try to face you, notice my rib cage and my pelvis are going this way, in which it's going to rake my arms dead left. So for those of you, and this is very universal, it's like there's a stadium full of people speaking through my mouth right now. So pay attention. All those students are saying, when I'm going straight, when I feel like I'm going straight, I'm going 30 yards left. Which means we're going to have to find a different feel, find a different means by which to get to the target. So if we look over here, what it looks like, I have made my station. I've picked an intermediate point. So if you're on the golf course, you basically want to pick an intermediate point no more than about a foot in front of your ball. And then from back here, you say, okay, if I go straight over that intermediate point, I'm basically going to red. So you set up your feet parallel to that. And then you want to feel like your swing is moving in that direction. Now, straight is a very, very fickle thing. The vast majority of my students, right, 99.9% of them actually, have a curve in the ball. It's either a little curve to the right or a little curve to the left. So you're either a little draw or a little fade, or a big draw or a big fade. So you're working with curves. When we do shots on our launch monitors, like the GC Quad, 1 out of 1,000 is going to have 0.0 side spin on it. So for you to go 1 out of 1,000 trying to hit it straight is kind of a losing battle. So you want to favor one side or the next, and you already know what that favoring is. So if I'm playing a little bit of a fade, I'm going to start at a little left edge of that intermediate point. And if I'm playing a draw, I want to start a little right edge of that intermediate point. So for this video, the vast majority of you need to learn how to play a draw to reset that modus operandi that we're talking about. So what I want you to realize is that your rib cage and your pelvis are attached through the spine. The spine has these facet joints in each vertebrae, like little brake pads or like Lego blocks that keep the spine nicely aligned. So in actual fact, what's happening is that your rib cage and your pelvis are moving together on top of your hips. The hip sockets and the shoulder sockets are parallel to each other, so you don't walk around like Quasimodo. So if I line up my feet parallel to this, and I just let my swing move freely in front of me, well, you'll notice that that arc is gonna tend to swing parallel to my ball socket system. So if I play the ball just a hair back of center, so the center of the stance being right here in front of the ball, and I get behind the ball, notice where my hips, shoulders, and knees are going. My feet are going square, but the alignment of my joints are going out to the right, especially the eyes. And this is where your brain is going to go nuts. It's saying, oh my gosh, if I go that way, we're going into the trees to the right of that yellow flag. So you're thinking, well, I don't want to go there. And you make a reaction to that, and then you pull it dead left again because your eyes are giving you the wrong information. So we're going to look at the blur in front of us and realize, oh my gosh, that's going straight. So center, get behind, and now I'm just going to allow the swing to move in the direction it feels like it wants to go. Well, look at that. That feels like it wants to go straight. So all I'm going to do now is just allow the swing, and notice the ball started right over that red flag. Kind of cool, right? Another thing that allows me to go there, and this is part 2 of this video, which is every bit as important as part 1. When you hit your shot straight left, that means your club face was square to a path that was going to the left. That's really important for you to understand, which means that your club face is barely closed enough to hold the ball on the target. So what I'd like you to do, because many of you are saying, oh, I went to the left, it went straight left, I pulled it, my club face must be too closed. That would be a massive mistake for you to open up. So you're saying target, ball heads over there, and you're thinking, oh, I need to open the face. So now you're going target, you swung to the left with an open club face, now you're slicing to the right. Your short irons are straight but short, and the longer clubs are now slicing, and you're saying, man, I'm no further advanced than I was when I was pulling the shot to the left. So then you try and align yourself more to the right so that you can pull it straight to the target. And that's messing with your side vision even more. So let's put an end to that, shall we? Always use the blur of the club, and I would suggest that you close the face a little bit more. The first thing you need to do is see the ball start left and curve to the left. So when the brain goes, hey, every time I close my face more, I get a curve to the left. Now you have predictability. So when I set up here and I play the ball back of center and I get behind the ball, now my brain says, hey, we're going off to the right. But now that you know the club face is closed enough that it's going to come back to the left, you're going to be allowed to swing to the right. And that's where the magic starts. So you say, hey, I can now swing in that direction. So I'm going in that direction. I go in that direction. And the ball, lo and behold, starts straight at the target. So then you get a little more confident and you say, okay, I'm going to play that. I want to start it over the middle of the alignment rod. Yes, it's going that way. Yes, it's going that way. So notice my divots are going straight. And here you are, you're thinking you're going way to the right. Then you can start tweaking the club face. So you first start off by closing the face and getting that comfort that it's going to come back. Then you play the ball back of center and realize that the blur of the club is still not crossing over that alignment rod. So we're just going to let it go that way. It feels like you're going to release it way out to the right. So you notice when I said, hey, when I feel like I'm going straight, it's going 30 yards left. Well, now it feels like you're going 30 yards right, but you look down and the blur is going straight. So you stay with it. Feels like it's going 30 yards right, and it starts 3 yards right and has a little draw. Then all you got to do now is tweak how closed you want the club face. So just to show you, I've got my Wisdom in Golf grass whip right here just to give you a little bit longer club face. So if I close that and I put it to the baseball test, so I'm waiting for my pitch. The pitch comes, my hands come through first. Oh, look at that. Not closed, is it? So I'm actually collecting the ball here and releasing it in the direction I want that ball to go. So this dynamically is not really closed, is it? So don't be afraid to close that face. You can square it up after, right? So if I have a neutral grip with a square face, this is impact. So now I have to do this to square it up. I just pulled it left. Not good. So I'm going to close it, neutral grip, close face, and then bring it back. Notice now I have a strong grip. Look at Fitzpatrick over the weekend. Look at so many players on tour that have a very strong grip. You're going to see a ton of them. The vast majority have them like this. So the difference between square or neutral grip and closed face is the same thing as strong grip, square face. Now when I'm going toward the target, that club face is following me and the ball will start in the proper direction. So now that I know it's coming back, I can actually stay to the right of my target. It's going to feel like a straight draw. Then you'll have no more pulls to the left and you won't have any pushes out to the right. Okay? So enjoy that. Get out there, give us a comment, and we'll see you next week.